One of my personal goals as a mom that cooks most of our stuff from home is to find some snack replacements for my kids. I don't know about your kids, but my kids are huge snackers and they love all things. And we already have a challenge anyways because my kids have an allergy to artificial dye. They tend to break out in really big hives, and we've dealt with this over the years. And so buying organic definitely negates a lot of those ingredients, but even in organic products, you can sometimes find quite a few extra preservatives and things that are required to make it long-term shelf stable. So one of the things that I thought I wanted to teach myself this year is how to make some of their favorite snacks or treats and not have to necessarily rely on the store. So today we are going to try our hand at homemade marshmallows. There are a few different recipes out there that I have found. The one I'm using today uses egg whites, which for us is perfect because we always have plenty of those on hand. From our chickens laying eggs, they're picking up again this spring. I put an egg yolk in my coffee almost every morning, and so I tend to get quite a bit of egg whites saved up. And while I can mix them into scrambled eggs or a cake or something like that, I just thought marshmallows would be a really fun thing to try and also see if we could make them just a little bit healthier, less preservatives, and see if they still taste just as delicious. So today that's what we're making, so come on in. So the first step that we have to do is get some water heating. So we have 1/3 cup of water that we are going to get in a saucepan, and then we're going to get that on the stove to heat up. Pour it in there. Okay. No, you can just put it there dry, because it's just water. And then while that heats up, we are going to put in 6 egg whites to have those whip and turn into like beautiful white fluffy peaks. Okay, so pull that down, lock it in place. All right, and then turn it on. You can turn it on 4. Okay. All right, leave that for a second. So once those are completely whipped, we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so once your water is hot, you are going to want to add 2 tablespoons of gelatin. Now, we actually are refilming this because when I filmed this the first time, the gelatin clumped up immediately. So I would recommend having one person stir and the other person add the gelatin. Otherwise, it just turned into this horrible ball of stickiness. So go ahead and you're going to do 1 tablespoon at a time. Okay. Okay, hold on. All right, do the 2nd tablespoon. Okay, so that definitely worked much better. Make sure you are stirring when you add your gelatin. Otherwise, it made this like awful, I don't know, taffy looking concoction, and I couldn't get it to break up. So once you get your gelatin in and it is dissolving in your hot water, then you are going to add 1/2 cup of powdered sugar. No, you're gonna have to scoop a whole lot more than that, babe.
Try it.
Okay, do that twice. So pour that in. Okay, and then go ahead and do another one of those, and that'll be pretty close to 1/2 cup. Okay, we'll do a third one. That's okay. All right, a little bit more. That's good. Okay, go put that out of the way. And then once you get your powdered sugar dissolved in, you're going to do half a teaspoon of salt.
Just one?
Yes. Okay. Now what you want to do is you're going to watch this. You want it to come to a boil, basically making sure that everything is dissolved. And then once it comes to a boil, you are going to take it off the heat and let it cool down for a little bit. And then you can add your teaspoon of vanilla. Okay, so now that this has cooled a little bit, we've added our vanilla. Now, with the mixer on, I'm going to slowly add this mixture into my egg whites, and we're going to let that go for about a minute just to make sure that everything is well incorporated. All right, and then after that has mixed, I'm actually just going to use a spatula to just go around the edges and make sure that I don't have any clumps of anything and that that gelatin mixture got mixed in really well. And then I'm going to put this in an 8x8 pan, and I'm gonna set it in the refrigerator for about 4 hours, or until they kind of set up and they're marshmallow feeling. So we ended up leaving these in the refrigerator overnight because life just got busy. So I'm gonna cut them today. They are nice and firm, you can see. They stiffened up in the refrigerator. So I thought we would do a little taste test today, and we can tell you how they are. The first piece is never pretty. Okay, well, like, so does it taste like a marshmallow? Or not really? Like a knockoff marshmallow. Okay, so not quite as good as like a store-bought marshmallow?
They're good.
What do you think?
It tastes like a marshmallow, but not.
Okay.
Like the flavor's there.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, the texture's different. It's not like the soft, like a store-bought marshmallow. It's more squishy like a Jell-O.
Yeah, it's not as gummy as a store-bought marshmallow. But the flavor, it does taste like a marshmallow. Okay. So I would say it's not a complete failure. The flavor is good. I will have to see how they melt in hot chocolate.
It's very light.
It is light.
Almost like you're chewing air.
Chewing air? Okay.
Mom, the hot chocolate. You could take it and you could do the same when you cut the slice and put it on the side.
Yes. So we're going to have to see what it's like in hot chocolate. But overall, I would say if you have a whole bunch of egg whites, this would be a good option of something to make with them, especially if you don't like meringue, which I don't care for meringue at all because I just think it's gross. This has more of like a texture of meringue, but the sweetness is really good. And these aren't overly sweet. I honestly think we can make them a little bit sweeter next time too.
Yeah.
Like more sugar.
Add a little more powdered sugar.
A little more powdered sugar maybe? Okay, well, thanks for coming today, and maybe you guys can try some homemade marshmallows. I'll go ahead and get the recipe in the video for you, and we'll see you guys soon.